Princeton Tiger basketball is on the air. Tonight from Prouty Gymnasium, it's the Princeton Tigers taking on the visiting Kewanee Boilermakers. We want to thank our sponsors of Tiger Central Live, and they include Yepsen Insurance Agency, IV Net, Princeton Ready Crete, Micklig Energy, Bex, Central Bank, 522 Boutique on South Main Street in Princeton, Midland States Bank, Wright Excavating, KB Elliott Financial Services, Pioneer Genuine Seed Solutions, and Chapel Hill Golf Course and Event Center. We also want to extend a big thank you to the Princeton Public Schools Foundation. Thanks so much for tuning in. We want to welcome both fans of Kewanee and Princeton, as well as fans all over Northern Illinois and beyond. I'm Norm Vandermoon, joined by Tiffany Gonigam and Brody Anderson. Steve Morton is the executive producer-director of Tiger Central Live Sports. He's on hand. Vinny Boyd at the controls tonight in the director's seat. And we have Nolan Brongle, the first lieutenant of the cameraman, and he is being joined by Giovanna Wire, Isla Bear, Carly Schultz, and Justice Segerstrom, as our crew is all set to capture these basketball headlines as they are being made. Well, this is our first look at the Tigers at home, and so we don't have a real lengthy pregame show for you. But, Brody, if you could get us started with some preliminary information.
You got it. Your Princeton Tigers is coached by Coach Jason Smith. Their record going into this is 3-10, and their conference record is 0-2. In the last 5 games, they lost to Kewanee 67-48. They lost to Mendota 73-51. They lost to Peoria Notre Dame 58-38. They lost to Rock Island Almond 72-66, and they beat Peyton Seymour 60-57. Tigers' other wins include they beat Bureau Valley 86-83, and they beat Seneca 60-58. Upcoming games for the Princeton boys, they're at Hall Friday, January 9th. You can watch that game on home of the Red Devil Sports, Hall's YouTube channel. And then they're at Plano Saturday, January 10th at 12:30 start. And then next week they are back home January 13th for a home game against Rock Falls. As well, the Kewanee Boilermakers enter this contest 11-5, and their conference record is 2-0. They are coached by Coach Dayton Eats. In the last 5 games, they beat Fulton 59-45. They lost to Riverdale 67-40. They beat West Carroll 59-40. They beat Forreston 60-56, and they beat Winnebago 55-54. As well, the Princeton girls basketball team played last night here at Prouty, and they improved to a 13-0 record with a hard-fought 41-39 win over the visiting Hall Red Devils. Keely Davis led the Tigers with 14, and Cam Driscoll had 12. Peyton Brandt had 10. For the Red Devils, Charlie Pellegrini had 12 points, and Charlotte Morris had 10. The Tiger girls play Erie Prophetstown on Thursday night at Erie. The Tigers will return back to Prouty Gym Monday night to take on the Kewanee Boilermakers. You can catch all that exciting action here on Tiger Central Live.
All right, and of course it's a pleasure to have with us Tiffany Gonigam. If you're saying, is that the same lady that coaches the girls basketball team? Yes, it is. And boy, with Rick and Lanny and Mike Brown stepping to the side, we might be the longest standing continuous broadcast team in the area. But it's a great pleasure to have you on board, Tiffany. The boys, of course, losing Noah Laporte and Jordan Reinhardt. We were talking before the game, as Brody noted, the Tigers coming in at 3-10. But really, considering this is almost a total and complete fresh start. And I'm not knocking the boys on our team, not at all. But I think Coach Smith and the boys, they deserve credit for the 3 wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they play a tough schedule. You know, they've been over at Ottawa. There were some good teams over at their Sherrard tournament after Christmas. So, you know, they are a team that's playing some really good competition. And, they're doing well with this new start to this new year.
And what I have seen, and maybe Brody, if you want to weigh into, I've seen a lot of hustle. I mean, they're working hard.
Absolutely, and those are the things that you can control, how much effort you're putting out there on a given night. And it's good to see that the boys are putting it all out there and working hard.
All right. Well, it looks like we are about set for our pregame festivities. So, Vinny, if we can, let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Mike Verana.
Good evening, high school basketball fans. On behalf of the students, faculty, and administration of Princeton High School, welcome to Prouty Gymnasium for tonight's Three Rivers Athletic Conference varsity contest between the Kewanee Boilermakers and your Princeton Tigers. We at Princeton High School are very proud of the athletic tradition that exists in the Three Rivers Athletic Conference. The goal of our coaches and our athletes is to work to the best of their abilities, nothing more and nothing less. Please join us in upholding the principles of good sportsmanship, no matter what your personal loyalties may be. Good luck to each player, and may the best team win. At this time, we ask that everyone stand as you are able as the Princeton High School Pep Band honors America with the presentation of our national anthem. Now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, please welcome our guests, the Boilermakers from Kewanee High School. Our junior, number 1, Kewanee Robinson. Our senior, number 5, Griff Hicks. Our sophomore, number 10, Chris Crowe. Our senior, number 23, Logan P. Number 34, Jesus Martinez. Those are the Boilermakers Tiger fans. Here's the starting lineup for your Princeton Tigers. At 5'11", sophomore guard number 5, Jeff Buster. At 6'1", senior guard number 10, Kevin Leno. At 6'1", senior guard number 14, Yepsen. At 6'2", sophomore forward number 22, Deacon Gutschall. And at 5'11", senior guard number 24, Ryan Deckard. The Tigers are coached by Jason Smith. And just as they do in each home game this year, that's what the sponsors tonight. Halftime, first shot, contest.
All right, we are about set to get this one underway. Stepping into the jump circle for the Tigers is Jackson Mason, and it is Davon Robinson for Kewanee. And the Boilers have the opening tap. Kewanee won the sophomore matchup, 37-33. What do we got for defense here, Tiffany?
I didn't catch it there.
We have a block shot. Ball loose on the floor, and the Tigers come away with it.
Kewanee's out in their man defense.
That's Lanham. Now Oster. A lot of motion on this offense. Still tied at 0. Drive to the basket. Shot is put up and missed by Jackson Mason. Robinson misses from close range. Brody, if you can look up on your notes, what was that score of Kewanee and Princeton? It was one of Kewanee's last 5 games. As Gutschall misses from in close. Still no score.
There it is. They lost to Kewanee 67-48, the Tigers did.
So about a 20-point difference. Ball tapped away. Kewanee able to maintain control. Maybe got away with steps there, but the Boilers still have it. So Tiffany, one thing for Princeton, I mean, you always want to, but sure would be nice to get off to a good start.
Yeah, Princeton out in their 2-3 defense, it looks like.
And the Boilers launch from 3. Shot no good. The offensive rebound putback, however, is good by Jesus Martinez, the junior. Puts Kewanee ahead 2-0. Jaggers' pass is intercepted. Now the Boilers fumble it momentarily, but come back with it. Looks like maybe the Tigers have switched to man. Drive down the lane. Shot no good, but Chris Crow, the sophomore, will head to the line for 2.
Tiger foul, Agent Gutschall is first.
Free throw well short. That foul was on Deacon Gutschall. One out of 2 for Chris Crow. And the Boiler lead is 3-0. Full court pressure by the Boilers. Do the Tigers throw it away? Yeah, they do manage to gain control. Gutschall. Corner 3. Good! Getting that one to go is Ryan Jaggers. We're tied at 3.
Yeah, nice shot there by Jaggers. Kind of a sloppy possession in some ways for Princeton, but to come away with 3 points, excellent job.
Now the Tigers come away with a defensive rebound and a foul underneath the basket. That's going to go against Jesus Martinez.
So each team with 1 team foul now.
Three-pointer on the way. This one no good. And Logan Peed with the rebound for Kewanee. Fast break and the basket for Griff Hicks. Lanham with it. Inside pass. And a score for Jack Oster.
And the Tigers answer again. A nice cut down the lane there by Jack Oster.
Open 3, no good. Rebound taken down by Robinson. Off the glass, shot no good, but he does draw the foul.
Foul's on Princeton, number 24, Ryan Jaggers.
Ryan Jaggers picking up the foul. And the senior, Davon Robinson at the line. Kewanee 1 for 2 so far from the charity stripe, make it 1 for 3.
Davon Robinson at the line.
Robinson splits a pair, and Kewanee goes up 6-5. Full court pressure once again by the Boilers. Tigers break it with relative ease.
Yeah, they hit the center of the court there, and that made it pretty easy to get it across.
Three-pointer on the way, no good. The follow, however, is good by Gavin Lanham. It's not that the Tigers don't have seniors in their starting lineup. They do, and Jaggers, Mason, and Gavin Lanham. But other than Gavin Lanham, not a whole lot of varsity experience.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Norm. You've got a sophomore, a freshman, and 3 seniors. But yeah, Gavin, the only one with a lot of experience.
Now a 3 on the way, and it is good. That's Griff Hicks. He has 5 of the Kewanee 9. Tigers need to answer. Three-pointer no good. That one missed by Jackson Mason. Three-pointer from the corner, no good by Crow. Jackson Mason, 4-3. And the Tigers with a 10-9 lead, so it's what we were talking about. A good start.
Really a very good start. The Tigers 2 threes here by their seniors.
Now inside it goes, and a nice move by Jesus Martinez. He has 4.
Back and forth. Kewanee answers again.
Yeah, 11-10 Boilers. Nice move by Jackson Mason. Strong to the basket, draws the foul on Robinson. And Jackson Mason will go to the line for 2. Jackson has 3 in the game on a 3-point basket.
Jackson Mason to the line for the Tigers. Shoot 2. Let's go.
First free throw by Jackson, no good. Big crowd on hand tonight, Tiffany.
Yeah, we've got a lot of things going on. Alumni band is here, so that maybe draws in a few more people. But great to see a full Prouty Gym after, what is this, the first boys home game?
Yeah.
Yeah, not until January, so people have waited a long time.
Now a shot is put up and made. And the pronunciation is Muha.
Yes.
Julian Muha with the basket. I know
Just
he played
a freshman,
at
yeah.
PCA. Julian's going to try it again, and he nails a 3.
That is Julian's specialty. He's known as a shooter.
Tiger lead is 5. Martinez muscles his way in. Now a 3-pointer is launched and missed by the Boilers.
Well, you can see these. The scoring has kind of energized the Tigers. They're playing with much more passion here.
All the way to the hoop, and scoring is Chris Crow. Boy, he's got some wheels.
Foul on Julian Muha, his first.
Julian Muha picking up the foul.
Ryan Jaggers returns for the Tigers.
So Crow trying to complete the 3-point play, and he does. He has 4. And the Tiger lead is 16-14. Still a minute 13 to go in the first. Gavin Lanham watching those cutters go through the lane. Tries to get it inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. Tough pass for Ryan Jaggers to handle there.
Yeah, he's thrown a little bit low toward his feet. That's one you probably want to get in the chest or more toward the chin.
Just 45 seconds remaining in the opening period. Three-pointer on the way. This one is no good by Pede. Out of bounds to Princeton. Logan Pede, former star for the Neponset Bobcats on the grade school level. Three-pointer on the way, but we have a whistle first.
It's going to be a foul on Kewanee.
Four-letter foul number 24, Ariel Argano. Davon Robinson returns for Kewanee.
We had one last night in the girls' game. I'm sure you remember it well when Cam was going for a layup down at the other end and got fouled, and it's like, did you really have to do that?
Yeah.
A smart foul by Hall, as it turned out. Now Jackson Mason in heavy traffic. Oster back to Mason. 15 seconds. Lanham for three. Yes,
oh.
Gavin Lanham.
Gavin Lanham.
5-point lead for Princeton. What can the Boilers do in the last 5? Tigers cut off the baseline, but are going to get whistled for the foul.
Just 4 team fouls. Only 2.5 seconds on the clock.
That is Ryan Jagger's second foul, so that is significant. So the Boilers are going to have to get a shot up in a hurry. 2.5 seconds left.
Number 22, Deacon Gutschall into the game for the Tigers.
Coach Smith trying to bulk up underneath the basket a little bit here. And the shot at the horn. Are we going to get a foul?
Yes.
Griff Hicks will be going to the line.
Foul's on Jack Oster.
Jack Oster picking up his first. First free throw, no good. Do you ever feel, I don't know if you ever shot a free throw in competition, you were by yourself, but it's a weird feeling, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
You'd almost rather have those players lined up along the lane. Second one is good. That'll close out the first quarter with Princeton leading Kewanee 19-15 as we go to Brody.
Looking at some other games being played around the area today. In girls action, we have Bureau Valley at St. Bede, Henry's at Stark, Putnam County's at Midland, Rochelle is at Sterling, and Allman is at Rock Falls. In boys action in the area tonight, we have Geneseo at Dixon, Fieldcrest at IVC, Fulton at Morrison, Hall at Putnam County. We have LP is taking on Sterling at Sterling. We have Fulton at Morrison, Ottawa at Mendota, United Township at Normal, and lastly, Rochelle at Oregon. Definitely some great games going on in the area tonight, but dare say the best we're watching right here.
Yeah, we talked about it. Tigers needed a good start, Tiffany.
Yeah, and here we are, 19-15. Tigers with the lead at the end of the first quarter. Really some nice shots by the seniors. Ryan Jaggers, Gavin Lanham had one, Jackson Mason. And then, of course, the freshman Julian Muha with 2 3-pointers as well.
Yeah, it gave the Tigers a big lift, no question about it. I see across the way, behind the scorer's bench at the table behind there, a couple of friends, Russ Hughes and Jeremy Pert, who announce on Kewanee High School Sports. So whenever the Tigers play at Kewanee, you can still watch. It's the same sort of deal. Just search Kewanee High School Sports. So here come the Boilers, down by 4. As Brody mentioned, when they played recently, it was about a 20-point difference in favor of Kewanee. Nice drive into the lane, but the shot is blocked. Robinson gets it back for Kewanee. And the Tiger hands are active.
Yeah, that was Deacon Gutschall with a nice block.
Gutschall into the lane, can't get a shot up. Now Oster at the foul line. And from the corner, Muha's shot no good. Tiger defense, very good right now. Triple team on Robinson. He goes down the lane. Scoop layup, good.
Yeah, to get through that, Norm, as you described, and 3 different Tigers surrounding him. A nice move by Robinson.
2-point game, but still a Tiger lead. Muha in the lane, and we're going to have a foul before the shot, just a common foul.
Kewanee foul, Isaiah Ince.
Isaiah Ince picking that one up.
Jackson Mason returns for the Tigers.
Tigers have to beat the 5 count, and the inbound is stolen away. Holy cow, look at the speed of Chris Crow. Ties it up at 19. Crow's off to a good start. He's got 6 points. Muha for 3, no good. Tigers have cooled off a bit. And a traveling violation on the Boilers.
Yeah, Tigers yet to score here in the second frame.
Kewanee, on the other hand, has put up 4. It was 19-15 at the end of 1. We're now tied up at 19. Gavin Lanham goes through a double team, puts it off the glass, no good. Robinson loses control of the rebound, but the Boilers gain it anyway. Crow quickly down the court, gets an offensive rebound and reverse layups in.
Kewanee, I believe, on a 6-0 run to start the second.
Jackson Mason. Baseline drive and another foul coming up on the Boilers. Kewanee getting ready to make some wholesale substitutions. And apparently somebody zigged when they thought they were going to zag. The outbounds.
Unfortunately for the Tigers, that's 2 turnovers in their last 2 baseline out of bounds opportunities.
And a pretty easy foul call to make there. Gavin Lanham on the foul. As a coach, those are ones you don't necessarily want,
No,
right?
you're their way out from the basket like that, you know, not a threat to score whatsoever, so you really just don't want to pick up a foul there.
Kewanee trailed by 4 to begin the quarter, but they have taken a 2-point lead. Robinson thought about a 3. Now he drives into the lane. Scoop layup, no good. And it's Jack Oster. Oster quickly to the timeline. Oster down the lane. Tigers nearly throw it away, but it's recovered by Lanham. Inside to Jackson Mason, and he draws the foul.
Oh, what a great sequence there by Gavin Lanham, just in the right place at the right time on that loose ball. Gets himself to a better shot, and hey, there's an open person, Jackson Mason, standing in front of the rim.
Jackson missed his first 2 free throws, but he's good on this one.
Number 2, Steele Brokaw returns.
Tigers to within 1 at 21-20 as Steele Brokaw's come in for the Tigers.
Number 10, Chris Crow returns for the Boilers.
Kewanee had 3 buses out in front, so at least 1 or 2 of those I think were fan buses. They got a very spirited crowd here tonight. Jackson Mason's free throw in and out, and Kewanee maintains that 1-point lead. Three-pointer on the way. This one no good. Rebound fought for, gained by the Boilers. There's that man, Chris Crow. Wow, what a game he's having. He's already into double figures with 10, and Crow, just a sophomore. Now Jackson Mason for three. Shot no good, gets his rebound, follows it up and scores. And a timeout is being called as we go to Prouty.
I want to spend a brief second here and promote the Booster Club Quilt Raffle. Vinny, I believe, has a picture on your screen right now. The Booster Club's been working hard with this quilt raffle. They have a whole bunch of cool old jerseys and uniforms that have been sewed into this quote, including old jerseys from things like the basketball team, the girls softball team, the Princeton cheerleaders, boys basketball, football, etc., etc. Definitely a really cool opportunity to own a unique piece of Princeton memorabilia. Come out sometime and put your name in the quilt raffle. 6 tickets for $5 or 13 tickets for $10. What a great opportunity to own a unique piece of Princeton memorabilia. We also want to thank our sponsors here on Tiger Central Live, and they include Yepsen Insurance Agency, IV Net, Princeton Ready Crete, Nicklig Energy, Beck's, Central Bank, 522 Boutique on beautiful South Main Street in Princeton, Midland States Bank, Wright Excavating, KB Elliott Financial Services, Pioneer Genuine Seed Solutions, Chapel Hill Golf Course and Event Center, and of course the Princeton Public Schools Foundation for all they do.
All right, Brody, thank you very much for that as we're midway through the second period, and Kewanee leads by 1. That's Crow for 3. No. Rebound taken down by the Boilers. They'll get another shot at it, and this one also no good, but there's that man. Guess who? Chris Crow. 8 in the period. Kewanee's lead is 3 at 25-22. Drive to the basket, and it's Ryan Jaggers laying it in. Nice move inside and off the glass, and good for Griff Hicks. Hicks has 8, and the Kewanee lead is 3, 27-24, 2:52 to go before halftime. Jaggers, in it goes. Mason shot no good. Who you got coming up at halftime, Brody?
Aiden Robinson's coming up. We're going to sit and talk about track, Scholastic Bowl, and his club that he created for Princeton High School, the Princeton High School Photography Club.
Most interesting. That's Hicks getting another hoop. So the Boilers have 2 in double figures, Hicks and Crow. 29-24 Kewanee. Lanham tries to go through traffic. Cannot. Muha's shot no good. Scramble for the rebound, and the Boilers have it. Oh, some pretty nifty, handy ball handling there by Jesus Martinez. Baseline drive, shot no good. As Hicks comes up empty. If you're wondering when are we going to hear Tiffany Gonigam on play-by-play, Tiffany's a little under the weather as Muha nails the 3. But I have a hunch he'll give it a try in the second half, so we're looking forward to hearing that very much. Now a steal all the way to the basket, and Lanham draws the foul.
Well, a great sequence there by the Tigers with Muha at 3. Gavin Lanham gets the steal and stop for the Tiger defense, and a chance to tie the game here at the line.
So Gavin, if he can convert both of these, could tie this thing up at 29. First free throw, perfect. Gavin has 6 points. He scored every way possible. A field goal, a three-pointer, and a free throw. Second toss. This one no good. Rebound taken down by Crow of Kewanee. Kewanee maintains that 1-point lead with 1:25 to go in the opening half. Crow that time, I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass, but works out well for the Tigers. They come away with it. Oster, strong move to the basket. It's good, and he puts the Tigers up by 1.
Under a minute to play here in the first half.
Going to the basket that time was Jesus Martinez, draws the foul.
Fouling the Tigers, Jackson Mason.
First foul on Jackson Mason.
Martinez at the free throw line.
Martinez, a junior, and the right-hander's free throw is good. All tied up at 30. Julian Muha checking in. 49 seconds left in the half. And we are all tied at 30. Second free throw by Martinez. This one no good. The Boilers come away with the rebound. Close range shot is blocked by Oster. Now Lanham's ahead of the pack. Gavin in heavy traffic, can't get the shot up. Now a three-pointer on the way by Oster, no good. 32 seconds remaining in the half. We're tied at 30.
Tigers need a stop here.
Nice pass inside to Griff Hicks, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, 15 seconds left in the half. Tigers will get another opportunity on offense here.
With the tempo of this one, you knew with 30 seconds left,
Yeah.
they weren't holding for one. No way. Free throw by Hicks is good. He is now 2 out of 3 from the line, and he has 11 points. Check that. Yeah, that's right. And second free throw, no good.
Oh, no. Offensive rebound. Chris Crow.
Wow, what a night he's having. Up to 14 points. Just 6 seconds remaining. Jackson Mason, shot at the horn, no good. And that will bring us to an end of our first half with Kewanee leading over Princeton by a score of 33-30. We're going to turn it over to Brody and his halftime guest. And hope you enjoy the halftime proceedings.
Alrighty, and we're back at the halftime show. Today I am joined with Mr. Aiden Robinson. Aiden, how are you?
Pretty good, I'd say.
Good. What are your thoughts on the game thus far?
I think it's going pretty interesting. Been pretty close. Having fun cheering for them.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk briefly about the band for a second, because you're in band, and what's so special about the band tonight?
Well, tonight we have the alumni and friends tonight, so anyone who's ever played in the band or anyone who just wants to come and play, come and play, so I guess.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, did they get a lot of numbers down there for?
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Good. Kind of filling out the band. I'm sure it sounds even better than normal.
Yeah.
Which is saying something, because I don't think the band can sound much better than what they
good.
already are.
Yeah.
Well, Aiden, tell the folks a little bit at home a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm in a lot of things. I do scholastic, I do track. I'm in band, as previously stated. I started a photography club. I'm in FFA, sportsman club, jazz band. I think that's about it. Most of the stuff I do at school, I do a lot of Civil War reenacting. If you ever come out to the Shadows of the Blue and Gray, we're out there, me and a couple of my friends. I like welding, basically anything.
Yeah, so let's actually spend a second on the Shadows of the Blue and Gray Civil War reenactment. That's kind of cool. Tell us a little bit how you got involved with that.
Well, personally, I got involved because my father started it when he was 9. He was there for, I believe, the first one, I believe.
The first battle of the Civil War?
No. That was my grandfather.
Okay.
No, I believe he was there for the first Shadows reenactment, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And then it just got passed down through my family. I've been doing it since my first reenactment. I was a month and a half old.
Oh, wow.
So I've been doing it forever. I recently just recruited a couple of my friends, Hannah Claiborne and Trevin Munson, bought them out. So,
so when you do the reenacting, tell us a little bit about that.
We don't do as much anymore. We basically just do shadows, but it's an all-weekend event. We have, on Friday, there's a school day. A bunch of schools come out. We show them everything. On Saturday, we have a normal battle. We have a bunch of events. You can come out. You can watch the battle. They have a bunch of demonstrations and stuff. You can watch all that. It's really fun to watch, especially being in it's a lot more fun, I feel, than watching it.
Yeah.
But you can't always be in it. It's a little costly. A little bit, but it's a fun experience.
Good.
So definitely come out. It's usually start of October, second weekend of October.
Now, in the reenactments, this might be a stupid question, but does the Union win each time?
It shifts every year we do it. They started out. Whoever wins Saturday loses Sunday. So sometimes we win first, sometimes we lose first. So it just however it plans out.
There you go. So you had mentioned you were in a bunch of other activities and sports here at Princeton High School. Let's kind of roll through those and talk about. But the first thing I want to actually talk about is the club that you started.
Yeah.
Tell me about PHS Photography Club.
Well, photography club's a club that I started because I'm really big into photography. I've been doing it for a while. My grandfather's a professional photographer. He's been doing it since the 70s, and I just got brought into it. I do it a lot for football games. I'm going to try to do them for basketball games. I sell the photos. So I figured if I love it so much, some other people must love it. So I started the club. We do meetings almost every month, trying to teach about photography, trying to get other people interested. And I think our next meeting's actually coming up pretty soon this month. So.
Oh, there you go. Who's the sponsor for that?
It is Miss Kojal.
Oh, yeah.
The library.
Yeah, that's awesome. How many people do you have in that photography club?
I think right about 20-ish, maybe.
Wow, that's actually a really good number.
It was a lot more than I expected. The interest meeting, the room was full. We didn't have enough chairs.
Holy cow, that's awesome. So do you provide the cameras, or what do you do with that?
We have a few leftover cameras from yearbook that Mrs. Norman let us use, which we still gotta fix them up. They're a little dirty and they need charged. But we have that. We try to make it so you can use it on your phone, because almost everyone I know has a phone that they use, and they use that most because professional or even beginner level photography gear is pretty expensive.
Yeah, and that was kind of my next question is it mostly digital, or do you actually still use film? Or
personally, all I do is digital. I know a lot of people, they really like film because it's more of an art, I guess. You gotta know your camera, you gotta know the film, you gotta know how to develop it and all that stuff. I know a couple people who still use film on rare occasions just for the funs of it. Yeah. But I feel most applications it's going to be digital.
Very cool, very cool. Well, let's kind of hit some of these other clubs and sports real quick here. Tell us a little bit about your time in track.
So far, last year my track really exploded from what it used to be. My best thing, I guess, is long jump. I actually last year at the end of the year, I was the third best long jumper in all of Bureau County.
Oh, wow.
And I believe the third best freshman of all time at PHS for long jump.
Holy cow.
And that's that went really good last year. Our track team, especially the JV, I don't know much about varsity. I don't really pay attention to varsity. I'm on JV most of the time, except for long jump. But our varsity and JV was really good, especially with our relays. We placed really high, did really good in a couple of meets, and especially Landon Hoffman and Kate Odell going and placing at state.
That was awesome, wasn't it?
Awesome, yeah. Getting a 1-2 finish at state.
Transitioning away from that for a second here, let's talk about Sportsman's Club a little bit.
Sportsman's Club's fun. I haven't been able to go any of them this year because the one that we had so far was the weekend of the reenactment, and I can't miss that for anything. But we had trap shoots where we go out and we shoot clay pigeons. There's some opportunities for duck and goose hunting and stuff, and we just learn about the outdoors.
Very cool. FFA?
FFA, yeah, FFA's fun. We do. I'm not as involved as FFA as I used to be, just because I'm in a bunch of other stuff, and it kind of takes up the time. But we do. There's trips, there's agronomy contests, horse judging, soil contests. Last year we went up to the John Deere factory in Des Moines, Iowa, which was a really fun experience. Really cool factory they got up there. It's just fun all around, I guess.
Yeah. And then last but not least, Scholastic Bowl. Tell us about your involvement in Scholastic Bowl.
So this is actually only my second year of Scholastic Bowl. Before this, I went to a school that didn't have a program. So I tried it out last year. I really, really liked it. Our JV team and our varsity team did extraordinary last year, and they're still doing great this year. I'm the captain of the JV team, and our JV team this year has been extraordinary. We've placed really high and won a meet or two.
You are 21-3 right now.
21-3, yeah. We're doing great. Gonna pull myself out there. I placed first in the 2 tournaments that we've done so far. I'm gonna brag a little bit, but
as you
I
should.
thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then you got some more tournaments and events coming up. Tell us a
couple
little
fun
about
ones,
that.
Yeah, we have coming up this weekend. Actually, we have the LP Nerd Bowl.
Yep, the Invitational.
Probably, or I'm just gonna say it, the most fun tournament we have of all year. It's all 50-50 real questions, 50-50 fun nerd stuff, if you will.
Pop culture.
Pop culture, yeah. All the fun stuff.
Yep, and then, of course, JV Conference starts this week.
JV Conference, yeah.
Yep, starts this week against Kewanee and Rockridge.
Yep.
And then the season just keeps moving right along with more conference stuff, Tiger Cup and the Roanoke Benson, Rocket Invite, and things like that. So definitely got a lot of exciting things still to come for that program. And I can tell you, I'm glad to have you with us.
Glad to be with you.
Yeah. Aiden, as we kind of wrap things up here before we cut back to third period action here, what has been your favorite experience here at PHS?
That's a stretch. There's a lot of good ones. I'd say I got to narrow it down. There's at least top 2 or 3.
Sure.
I'd say being in band, because for the past few years, I wasn't sure in middle school if I was going to continue doing band, and I said I'd try it out for freshman year, and it's been the closest I've ever been with all these people in my life.
Sure.
Scholastic Bowl, I think my highlight is both us winning the tournament and me placing first.
At Moline, the Moline Invitational.
Getting the Moline Invitational. That was extraordinary. And then just the explosion of my long jump and track. That was just extraordinary. Last year was an exceptional, extraordinary year for me, especially in that latter half. But I guess I can't narrow it down to one. It's pretty good, pretty great experience.
Hey, that's okay to have multiple great things. Anyway, looks like we're getting started here at third period action. So, Aiden, thanks for coming up. I appreciate it.
Thanks for welcoming me.
Yep.
Missed opportunity there in the 3-point corner 3 for Ryan Jaggers. Ends up in a tied ball, jump ball situation going in favor of Princeton. Jackson Mason to inbound. It gets it to Oster. Oster brings it out, finds room to drive, gets to the lane, kicks it out. And now it's Lanham on the give and go. Lanham will be whistled for a traveling violation. And Kewanee ball.
Need a little more tread on those tires. Those brakes kind of slip down there in the low
quick.
post.
Jackson Mason comes up with a steal for Princeton. Oster kicks it out to Jaggers. Mason thinks about a three, gets to the paint, kicks it out. It's Gutschall on the drive. Gets to the lane left side. Shot blocked by Kewanee, and they're quickly across half. Tipped by Gavin Lanham, but Kewanee recovers. Martinez down low to Robinson. Shot blocked, and it's Oster now for the Princeton. Coming across all the way to the lane. Layup no good. Deacon Gutschall's there for the rebound. He kicks it out to Jackson Mason. Shot no good. Kewanee rebounds, and their pass ahead sails out of bounds. Back to Princeton.
And we've played nearly 2 minutes in the quarter, and no one has put points on the board. Still 33-30 Kewanee.
Mason left side, drives in, layup no good. Rebound, Logan Peed. Skips over to Griff Hicks. Shot no good, rebound Jackson Mason. Oster finds Lanham cutting through the lane. That pass is stolen away by Kewanee. Hicks on the drive, puts up a shot, no good, rebound. No, that's Ryan Jaggers. Robinson steals it away for Kewanee and finds Hicks for the open layup. Kewanee goes up by 5, and they call a 30-second timeout.
I want to go through our first kind of unique nickname for the night, and it's the Lincoln Rail Splitters. Lincoln, Illinois has a population of 13,300 and is located along Interstates 55 between Bloomington and Springfield. Although many states have a city named Lincoln, Lincoln, Illinois is the only one that's named before Lincoln became a president. A rail splitter is a person who uses an axe or a sledgehammer and a steel wedge to split logs for building fences. The locals often call the high school teams just railers. Despite Lincoln being a president, a lawyer, and a judge, it was his strong work ethic and ability to be a down-to-earth person that resonated with the people of Lincoln, Illinois, the Lincoln Rail Splitters.
Kewanee puts on some full court pressure. The Tigers inbound and get it to Jaggers to bring it across half. Gutschall out on the wing. Pass stolen away. And it's Griff Hicks with the layup for Kewanee. Kewanee will come right back with pressure. Coach Smith calls a timeout.
All right, well, our next Illinois High School Glory Day is the Shannon High School Eagles. Their colors were orange and black. Shannon, Illinois is a population of 854 and is located on Illinois Route 72, about 30 miles north of Sterling. The high school opened in the late 1890s and closed back in 1986. The building is still used today as a middle school. Shannon High Schoolers attend Lanark Eastland High School. In January 29th of 1965, in a game, Shannon's Randy Buss scored 54 points and had 34 rebounds in a game against Dakota. Forston and Shannon used to play a basketball game every year for the Dirty Bird Trophy. It was a combination of the two schools' nickname, an eagle and a cardinal, and the loser had to store the ugly trophy in their trophy case. I wonder who still got that trophy. I'm sure someone does.
It's got to be somewhere. Tigers break the pressure by Kewanee. Deacon Gutschall takes a shot in the middle of the lane. No good. steal by Gavin Lanham. Lanham up the left side, spin move, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Kewanee. Up ahead to Robinson. Slam! Dunk! Davon Robinson. Kewanee goes up by 9.
And the Tigers still yet to score here in the third period.
Julian Luan returns for Princeton.
Oster tries to get past his defender, kicks it out. Gets it back. Now it's Lanham in the corner. Finds Jackson Mason cutting to the basket. And Mason will be going to the line for 2.
Boiler foul, Devon Robinson. Jackson Mason for the Tigers.
So Jackson Mason with 6 points in the game, 1 for 3 from the line so far.
Mason hits the first free throw. And the second as well. Tigers within 7. Kewanee working the ball around. Martinez finds Robinson. He tries to kick it out. Instead, Jackson Mason bats it away. Mason, right side layup, no good. Logan Peed with the rebound for Kewanee.
I think Jackson was a little surprised just how open he was under the basket. Was
Yeah, that
expecting
could
some
be.
interference.
I was kind of surprised myself. Lanham with the steal for Princeton. And some patience under the hoop gives him an open look, but it won't fall. And it's Robinson all alone again. This time he misses the dunk, but teammate Chris Crow is there for the putback. Mason tries to close the gap with a 3. It won't go, and now Kewanee's on the run again. Robinson to Crow. 2 points for Chris Crow. Timeout, full timeout for Princeton.
Our first Illinois High School Hall of Famer is Seymour Reed from the aforementioned Lincoln High School, who was inducted back in 1979. Seymour Reed was a 2-time All-State player for Lincoln High School. He averaged 19.5 points per game and 10 rebounds per game. His defensive ability was so great that Lincoln High School Defensive Award bears his name. Seymour Reed had a great career at Bradley University, where he averaged 18.5 points per game and 9 rebounds. While at Bradley, Seymour was given the nickname the Lincoln Continental. Now that's a great nickname to have.
It really is, yeah. Tiffany, I got a question for you. Rules question. Why wasn't there a technical on Robinson on that dunk that he missed and he had a hold of the rim?
I don't know what the specifics say. Normally in girls' games, we don't have a lot of people hanging on the rim. No? So I don't have to worry about that one.
I was thinking...
I don't know. I don't know if he held on. Was there somebody underneath of him that maybe he couldn't get down immediately? Yeah. I'm not sure. It kind of feels like there was a lot of people in the lane, though, so that could be. I'm not sure.
Yep. We'll speed dial Kenny Wilcox.
Yeah. Mason gets another look at 3, puts it on the floor this time. It gets tapped out of bounds. It'll be Princeton ball along the baseline. Tigers down 11. Jaggers 3. No good. Oh, and look at that. Steele Brokaw with the putback. He really had to sky for that one. Open look for Kewanee. That 3 is good by Isaiah Ince. Muha has trouble with that pass, and the ball gets over the half-court line. That'll be an over and back violation on Princeton.
So Kewanee so far in the third period, outscoring Princeton 13-4.
Three-pointer for Kewanee. No good, but the putback by Griff Hicks will go. Kewanee up 14.
It was a 3-point game at the halftime break.
Muha, no good. Jackson Mason dribbles it back in after the rebound. His shot no good, and Robinson will be fouled. Just the first foul by Princeton.
That was textbook defense under the basket that time by Robinson.
Yes, yes. Isaiah Inside's up another three, and
boy.
it's good.
You watch him, Tiffany, and you get the feeling that's not a quirk. He just looks like a shooter, doesn't he?
Yes. Hartman kicks it out to Muha for three, and he answers.
That's his third three of the night. He's got 11.
Brokaw picks up the foul on Ince. 1:09 to go in the third quarter. Robinson on the drive, right side. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound gained by Ince. Chris Crow with the and one for Kewanee.
What a player he is, huh, Tiffany?
Yeah, I mean,
Only
that
a
was incredible.
sophomore.
He had two Tigers in the air with his pump fake and just waited till they come down, and that gave him a pretty good look despite the foul.
He has 20 points. And we're still not done with the third period. Boy, they've had some good ones through the years, haven't they? Kevon Russell,
man.
Donovan Oliver.
A lot of great players. Free throw good for Chris Crow. Kewanee leads 54-37. We're under a minute to go in the third. Jaggers kicks out to Oster, who finds a mid-range floater, no good. Martinez with the rebound for Kewanee. Isaiah Ince brings it across. Underneath, wide open is Chris Crow.
And that's just great ball movement that time by the Kewanee Boilermakers.
Nice hustle there by Gavin Lanham to keep possession for Princeton. It's Muha with his fourth three for Princeton. And the end of the third, it is Kewanee 56, Princeton 40.
We want to thank our sponsors here on Tiger Central Live, and they include Yepsen Insurance Agency, IVNet, Princeton Ready Crete, Nicklig Energy, Beck's, Central Bank, 522 Boutique on beautiful South Main Street in Princeton, Midland States Bank, Wright Excavating, KB Elliott Financial Services, Pioneer Genuine Seed Solutions, and Chapel Hill Golf Course and Event Center. We also want to give a big thank you to the Princeton Public Schools Foundation for all they do supporting both Princeton academics and athletics. Our next broadcast here on Tiger Central Live will be January 12th. It's a Monday night game when the girls get to take on the Kewanee Boilermakers. The boys are back the next day, January 13th, next Tuesday, when they take on the Rock Falls Rockets. And then our next broadcast is a doubleheader when both the boys and girls squads get to take on the Ottawa Pirates on January 20th.
And I know you can't look past Erie Prophetstown, but
Not a bit.
I've talked to some fans that they're looking forward to coming out to Prouty Gym and seeing the girls play Kewanee, and they won't be disappointed. That's always a great matchup.
It will be. I tell you what, and within our conference and really looking through our January schedule, there's going to be a lot of good games played, a lot of good competition. It should be exciting. Kewanee ball to start the fourth quarter. Shot is no good and rebounded by Princeton. Muha gives it up to Lanham. Back to Muha. Three-pointer ribs around and out. That would have been Julian Muha's 5th three-pointer, I believe.
That's correct.
Tigers switch defenses to a 1-3-1 here.
Oh my.
And nearly cause a turnover. Instead, it's Ince getting an open look at three. No good. Steele Brokaw comes away with the rebound. Muha in transition gets his pocket picked by Ince. And now it's Crow with the Euro step and finish.
And Crow with 25 points.
Mason gets to the rim and finishes left-handed layup for Jackson Mason.
And Mason into double figures with 10.
Corner three, Chris Crow, no good. Rebound last touched by Princeton. It'll be Kewanee ball. Nice tip and steal for Princeton. Tip by Gavin Lanham, and it's Steele Brokaw with the steal. Oster looking for room, gets to the lane. Will be whistled for a traveling violation.
Tough break for him, but I think it was the right call.
Yeah. Jackson Mason picks up the foul.
The Tigers, Jackson Mason.
This Isaiah Ince, number 2 for Kewanee. Aside from his three-point shooting, he's just got his eyes wide open as far as getting it to his teammates. Exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. Open underneath is Chris Crow. I believe that'll be, what, 27 for him?
Yep, we're running out of fingers and toes, that's for sure.
Lanham with the three for Princeton. It's 4-3 for Kewanee.
That's his third 3 of the night. Well, Tiffany, it may not be a close game, but it certainly has been entertaining.
Yes, a lot of back and forth. Exciting stuff from three-pointers. Of course, the slam dunk by Robinson.
But the thing we talked about in the pregame, cannot fault the Tigers' effort. They've had great hustle tonight.
Yes. Muha's pass to Brokaw intercepted. And Crow's shot no good. A rebound there by Griff Hicks.
And Hicks, kind of in the shadow of Crow, but Hicks has 19 points.
Lanham on the drive.
Wow, what a move.
Gavin has had some nice takes to the basket today.
He's into double figures with 11.
By Gavin Lanham, fouls on number 5, Griff Hicks.
No good. Rebound Martinez. And it's Steele Brokaw taking the charge for Princeton. Robinson with the foul.
Spoiler foul on Robinson.
Jaggers double teamed by Kewanee, finds Benavidez underneath, his shot no good. He gets the rebound, finds Muha cutting through the lane, Muha for two.
And Muha with 17 points, having a great night.
Kick out, finding Crow underneath, right side, shot no good, rebound Ryan Jaggers. Fourth foul for Kewanee, I believe. Tigers will take this one out of bounds.
Excellent defense that time by Ryan Jaggers, keeping Crow away from the basket just enough so that bank shot was not easy. Tiger lead is 16. Or excuse me, Kewanee leads 16. 65-49 over Princeton. Muha to the foul line, into the lane. Does not shoot. Lanham will from three. Shot no good. Rebound taken down by Crow. Led ahead to Robinson. Nice move to the basket off the glass. And, this is a tough call on Muha. Was it a block or was it a charge? And the referee determines it was a block.
Tiger foul, Julian Muha. Robinson at the line for the Boilers.
Robinson 1 for 2 from the foul line. Surprisingly, just 5 points tonight. But to be fair, he hasn't taken a lot of shots.
Number 5, Jack Wilson, along with number 14, Jackson Mason. Return for Princeton.
Mason and Oster checking in for the Tigers. 3:41 to go. And the second free throw for Davon Robinson is good. 66-49 Kewanee. Lanham thought about a three. Drives to the foul line. Spin move. Can't get a shot up. Now a three-pointer is up and good. Gavin Lanham nailing that one. Lanham has 14 as we go to Brody.
I want to give another quick shout out. We talked about him yesterday, but we should talk about him again today, is Mr. Charlie Waka. Charlie was inducted to the IHSFCA Hall of Fame this year as the class of 2026 inductee. He actually was on the coaching staff for Chris Waka, and of course Dayton Ince was the head coach at Kewanee at that time. So there's the connection there between the Wakas and the Kewanee Boilermakers.
And of course, Charlie coached on the underclass level football for Princeton a lot of years. Of course, longtime broadcaster, including here on Tiger Central Live.
Definitely one of the best.
Worked with John Young and Paul Baumley for many years.
Yep. So again, congratulations, Charlie. It is well deserved.
Yeah, we are applauding for you, that's for sure. Brody noted in the pregame, Tigers hit the road on Friday, Tiger boys. They'll be at Hall. You can watch that one on Hall High School Sports on their YouTube service. And then a 12:30 start at Plano on Saturday afternoon. Just 3:14 to go as Robinson into the lane, off the glass, and good.
Javon Robinson.
Robinson with 8. Now Steele Brokaw gives to Jackson Mason. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Princeton. Tiger girls on the road on Thursday, taking on Erie Prophetstown. That game at Erie High School. Now Jackson Mason, strong move to the basket, off the glass and good. Ince. Now Crow goes into the lane, 10-footer, no good. Rebound taken down by Oster. Oster all the way to the basket, off the glass, no good. Mason tries for the rebound, and Kewanee has numbers. What do you think's coming, guys? Oh, Robinson missed it badly. but Crow cleans it up. I don't know if Brody does whooshes for out of town.
I can't. That's not the Boilermakers.
Ince, look out here. No, he passes inside. Three-pointer missed by Griff Hicks. Under 2 minutes to go. Muha to the foul line, down the lane, off the glass and good. Beautiful shot. Only a freshman.
Only a freshman. 19 points off the bench today for Julian Muha.
Ince passes ahead, and it's Hicks off the glass and good. He continues his good work. He has 21. Crow has 29, so just between those two players, that's 50 of the 72 as Kewanee going with wholesale substitutions. Tiffany, I'm going to give the play-by-play back to you since you know these kids just to look at them.
There's Owen Hartman. Owen Hartman with the layup for Princeton. Corner three for Kewanee. That's a made basket for Jesus Del Toro. Deacon Gutschall finds Hartman. He's going to have to give it up to Hayden Saylor. Barnes nearly picked, and it'll be last touched by Princeton.
You know, Brody mentioned Charlie. This is what Charlie loved about high school basketball so much. I mean, the game's out of reach. We're under a minute to go, and those kids are still hustling like crazy.
Definitely.
Out of bounds it goes. It'll be Princeton ball. Benavidez up ahead to Barnes, and his shot goes. Caden Benavidez with the steal. Benavidez brings it across. Oh, finds Owen Hartman underneath, but it's Kewanee coming up with the steal, and that'll bring an end to the game. Kewanee 75, Princeton 60.
We want to thank our sponsors here on Tiger Central Live for bringing you this exciting Princeton's game. And those sponsors are Yepsen Insurance Agency, IV Nets, Princeton Ready Crete, Big League Energy, Bex, Central Bank, 522 Boutique on beautiful South Main Street in Princeton, Midland States Bank, Wright Excavating, KB Elliott Financial Services, Pioneer Genuine Seed Solutions, as well as the fine folks over at Chapel Hill Golf Course and Event Center. We also want to give a big thank you to the Princeton Public Schools Foundation for all they do, supporting both Princeton academics and athletics. Our next broadcast here on Tiger Central Live is next Monday when the girls have the opportunity to avenge the boys against the Kewanee Boilermakers. That game is January 12th. The following day, January 13th, the boys are back in action when they take on the Rock Falls Rockets. And then a doubleheader January 20th when both boys and girls will take on the Ottawa Pirates. Followed by another doubleheader on January 24th, that Saturday, when both squads have the opportunity to take on Newman Central Catholic. Now, I will say there is a upcoming broadcast, not on Tiger Central Live, but on Hall's YouTube channel. This Friday, January 9th, when the Princeton boys take on the Hall Red Devils. You can watch that game on Hall's YouTube channel, home of the Red Devils Sports. So be sure to tune in to that broadcast.
All right. Well, we do have Coach Jason Smith is going to come up here for an interview. And Tiffany, even though, we saw a 75-60 score for Kewanee, I don't know. I mean, you're the expert here, but I didn't feel like the Tigers played a bad game, not by any means.
No, I mean, 3-point game at half, came out a little flat out of the halftime and kind of let things slip away. But to Kewanee's credit, they turned up the pressure, put on the full court press once again in the second half, and knocked down some big shots to give themselves the cushion in the second half. But I thought Princeton played hard all the way through, and good to see some various guys contribute.
Would you like to do the scoring? I've
Sure.
got the totals here.
We'll do Kewanee first. We'll do player scoring here. It was Jesus Martinez with 5, Davon Robinson with 8, Isaiah Ince with 9, and then we've got Griff Hicks with 21 and Chris Crow with 29. Jesus De La Toro with 3 points for Kewanee. For Princeton, Steele Brokaw had 2, Daniel Barnes with 2, Owen Hartman with 2, Caden Benavidez with, Ryan Jaggers with 5, Jack Oster with 4, Jackson Mason with 12, Gavin Lanham with 14, and Julian Muha with 19 for Princeton. Our score by quarter, the end of the first quarter, it was Princeton 19, Kewanee 15. Your halftime score, Kewanee 33, Princeton 30. End of the third quarter, Kewanee 56, Princeton 40. And your final here tonight, Kewanee 75 and Princeton 60. Your leading top scorers again for Kewanee, Chris Crow with 29, Griff Hicks with 21. And for Princeton, our double-figure scorers, Julian Muha with 19, Gavin Lanham with 14, and Jackson Mason with 12.
All right. We do have some time to fill before Schmitty comes up here. And this is a school. That is true. And we have 2 teachers here nearby. I'm going to ask each one of you. I know you teach multiple classes, but could you pick out a class and just what you're studying right now? And Brody, you want to lead us off?
Well, Norm, today's only the first day of classes, so we're really not too deep into things. In my American history class, we are kind of in that transition period between the Civil War and Reconstruction. We actually began today with kind of a crash course review, just to kind of remind them, how did the Civil War actually play out? How did it end? Because, of course, that's important to set the stage for Reconstruction. Knowing where we're going with that. My other class I'm currently teaching is Modern History. That class will start tomorrow on B-Day. That class runs from 1945 to about 2000, so we'll do syllabus stuff tomorrow. We'll go through course expectations, and then we'll actually start with our discussion questions every unit that we have in that class, and I run it by decades. So 45 through up to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, etc. We actually start with discussion questions over key ideas and key philosophical conversations that are going to play out over this decade. And the kids kind of go into it blind. They don't get to use their resource, don't get to use their notes or anything, but it's kind of just an opinion-based assignment, kind of getting the room temperature over some of these large-scale issues that's going to play out in front of them over the coming days and weeks.
Well, it sounds really interesting. Yeah. All right, and Tiffany, again, like Brody said, you're just getting back at it. But
well, some classes maybe full year to where, they're able to kind of get their feet wet a little bit more today. But, kind of like Brody stated, for me right now, I'm starting with all new students. Same classes I taught as last semester, but really, I've got to lay the groundwork for, how things work in my class and what the kids can expect. But, as Brody was saying, you really try to get the kids to think about what they're going to be learning over the next couple of months. So, today was a lot, just kind of the overall picture. In my psychology class, we're going to be doing something kind of neat with it being the beginning of the school year and, psychology being focused on the study of the mind and behaviors and how we process things. The students are going to be doing some goal setting and reflection on their last year, which I'm really excited about. And we talk about how to, I read this today. 88% of people give up on their New Year's resolutions in the first 2 weeks. There's 52 weeks in the year, so we give up on 50 weeks because we didn't feel good about it in the first 2. And so I just think that there's a lot that the kids can learn about just starting good habits and, just focusing on the process of your goals. And so we try to do that first and give them some application. In my sociology class, that class is all about the study of society. And so I, again, try to start out with some activities that just kind of paint what that's all about. And today they had to imagine that they were on a jumbo jet flight that had crashed on a deserted island, and they had a series of questions that they had to go through of how they would set up their society. And it's interesting to hear them talk through some of the questions, and then, I kind of turn it around on them and force them to think about what that actually looks like in real life. Like, is this something that would actually happen? And my class today did phenomenal, actually. They thought of some really great ideas. I thought they related it very well to what society is actually structured like. And then my geography classes, we actually start out pretty similar, just looking at how geographers see the world and what geography really is the study of, because people think of just, countries and physical features and maps, but there's so much more, because geography includes the study of people that live there too. So, you've got cultures and how the land influences people and how people influence the land. And so, just really, I think in these first few days, especially, you're just trying to get the kids excited about what they're going to learn throughout the semester and get them to a place where they want to work hard for you.
Now, in geography, I remember when I was in high school, usually one of the early things we did, latitude and longitude. Is that something you go over?
In my world geography class, I do still do a small activity on latitude and longitude. Things are just trying to keep up with the times, because, kids for navigation and things like that, like, they just use what's in their pocket. They use their phone, and but I do still think that there's a lot of value to being able to read maps and to understand latitude and longitude. So we do, and actually I have the students play the game Battleship. Because really, you're working with the grid, which is latitude and longitude. So we learn about it, and then we play, it's Battleship, but it's with a map. So they have to use latitude and longitude, but instead of saying A7 or whatever that you do in Battleship, they actually give the coordinates to each other to practice understanding that. So that will be upcoming probably in the next week and a half, I would say, that we'll be doing that. And the kids usually find that to be pretty fun.
Very good. I want to go back to Brody. You mentioned, studying the different decades.
Mm-hmm.
So 1945, pretty much the end of the Second World War.
Right.
So talk, if you can, a little bit, just about the transition after the war.
Well, yeah. So we start our studies in this class after we do a discussion question, just kind of a brief recap of the war, setting the stage of the world, and then trying to rebuild it. We talk about the United Nations being built. We talk about the ideological split between the Soviet Union and the West, communism versus capitalism. We get into the Nuremberg trials a little bit, and that transitions into maybe one of the more uneasy days in the early modern, and when we talk about our early modern history days, is that we go in the Nuremberg and then turn it on its head and talk about Operation Paperclip, when we're recruiting Nazis. And then we talk about this idea that how come we're sending some Nazis to the gallows, but the Nazis that are actually beneficial for us, we're giving them jobs in the United States. Werner von Braun, for example, created the V-1 and V-2 rockets. Responsible for thousands of people's deaths, but also in the long run puts America on the moon with the Saturn V, with the Apollo mission. So we get in kind of this really interesting kind of philosophical conversation about, was it fair? Should we have punished more Nazis? Should we have, caused a larger stink at Nuremberg? There's a lot of these large international conversations that start showing up in this. 1945 era. And then, of course, we get into the arms race. We get into the Soviet Union trying to build the bomb. The Rosenbergs get brought up in there, the Berlin airlift. And then we enter into things like McCarthyism, which is on its heels.
Brody, I learned a lot just from what you said there. That was really, really good.
Do you want to sit in the back of my class tomorrow? I got an extra desk.
I would like to sit in the back of your class. I'd like to sit in the back of Tiffany's class.
I have heard great things last semester from some the students, of course, and some of our paraprofessionals also, that they have really enjoyed, listening in on Mr. Anderson's classes and hearing the students discuss these ideas. And it's really exciting stuff in the social studies department. Let me tell you.
Well, Schmitty is here. We're gonna.
Oh, awesome.
Schmitty, we had a little time while you were gone, so Tiffany and Brody were bringing us up to date on what they're teaching in their classes and trying to educate me a little bit. We won't talk a lot.
Maybe I should have sat in on that. Yes, I will.
Well, I told you what the interview was basically going to be about, but before we get to just going row by row on each player and getting a few comments on each one, your thoughts on the game tonight?
It's the same MO for us. Norm, we call it quicksand, right? We have one quarter that just gets away from us, and it was the third quarter tonight, and I don't know how to overcome it, but it's more of a mindset. We're inexperienced. I know we're 14 games into it, but gosh darn it, the kids work too hard to give up a big lead or give up a small lead like that and turn it into a big lead. But I never question their effort. I never question their fight. And, they fought well tonight. We just didn't have enough firepower to get through it.
Yeah, and on the other side of the coin, Kewanee's obviously, they're a very good ball club. It's not like you lost to nothing, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I think we can be a good ball team, too. That's
I do, too.
That's the frustrating part is that, I'm not saying you, but I'm just tired of, everybody's like, well, the so-and-so's a good ball team. Yeah, they are good ball teams, but we can be, too. And we just haven't proven it yet, and that's the frustrating part as a coach.
It seems like, and I know you've coached baseball and stuff, that's sometimes, a young team, it's just that one inning, and tonight, like you said, one quarter. But we're going to move on, Schmitty. We appreciate you coming up here. I've got the names written down here. If you just want to go through and just say a few words about each player, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, number 2, Steele Brokaw. He's a senior guard. He brings leadership and attitude to practice. He always has a positive attitude. Hard worker. He's a backup point guard, but he knows his role and fulfills it very well. Julian Muha, he's a raw freshman that can fill up the nets a little bit, but he's got to learn how to play defense a little better, and he'll be the first one to tell you that. So, but we got to remember that he's been playing with 5th and 6th and 7th graders at PCA, and now he's playing with a bunch of grown men. So, as coaches, we realize that, but we got to get him in the right positions. But he's a blessing to have here at Princeton High School, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. Jack Oster, another kid's got a bright future ahead of him. Very athletic point guard. Really did a nice job going off of 2 feet tonight. I thought he did a great job of that tonight. I commended him that, and he never questioned his effort, his work ethic, and he's just a great kid. They're all great kids. Gavin Lanham, number 10, he's our returning starter from last year. Super athletic kid, probably the most athletic kid on our team. He's a warrior. I mean, they all battle, but he battles too, and he can shoot the ball a little bit and he's our defensive specialist too. Daniel Barnes, he's a senior, number 12, works very hard in practice. I wish that we could get him on the floor a little bit more, but sometimes teams dictate who you can play and who you can't. So, but Daniel gives it all in practice every single night. Jackson Mason, he's a senior, stretch 3, you'd say, can shoot the ball very well when he's confident, and he takes it to the hole quite regularly, really well. And when he goes up strong, he makes them. And he's a good defensive player as well. Brody Ross, number 20, is playing a lot of JV minutes. He's a kid that's turned things around, and I'm very proud of Brody on his attitude and his effort all practice long. And I think teachers see it in the classroom too. So hats off to Brody for changing that around. Deacon Gutshaw, number 22, is a sophomore, raw. Deke's got a lot of fight, a lot of knowledge. He's very coachable, and can't say enough good things about Deacon. Hayden Saylor, 23, he's a junior. he's a kid that's really flourished at the JV level, and trying to get him some varsity minutes here soon. So we're looking forward to seeing what Hayden can do. He practiced really hard as well. Ryan Jaggers, a leader, three-point shooter, very smart, high IQ person. Ryan's a great leader on the floor, and can't say enough positive things about Ryan. Caden Benavidez, number 30, he's a senior, a role player, does a great job supporting his teammates when he comes in, knows what he's doing right away, and he busts his butt for us. Owen Hartman's kind of the physicality of it. He comes in, rebounds the ball to the best of his ability, boxes out really well, and does a nice job at that. Jake Harris, 34, is a sophomore. He's an athletic kid. Need to develop him at the sophomore level or JV level, and I think he's flourishing down there too as well. So he's got a bright future ahead of him too. Tyler Forstall, if we can get that kid healthy, he could help us out. He just is injured, and we got to get him through a week of practice where we can play him constantly, and he can shoot the ball, fill it up, and he's got a little attitude with him too. So we like to have him on the mix as soon as we can. And Mitchell Sanchez, he's not here tonight because he had to work, but he's another good role player. He's a junior, very smart individual. When we need a free throw to practice to stop running, they all pick Mitchell to shoot the free throw and make it. So we appreciate his skill set as well.
All right, Schmitty. Well, I saw Jeff Olson and Kevin Hieronymus talking. I know Kevin's waiting for you.
Yeah.
I so appreciate, we've talked several times over the years, whether it's a win or a loss, you're a man of your word. If you say you're going to do an interview, you do it. It's not lost on me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys doing what you do, and keep up the good work. Thanks, Norm.
Well, you too. Thanks, Schmitty. All right, take care. Brody, if you want to come back on, and we'll give one final shout-out to our sponsors.
You got it, Norm. And our sponsors tonight are Yepsen Insurance Agency, Ivy Net, Princeton Ready Crete, Micklig Energy, Beck's, Central Bank, 522 Boutique on beautiful South Main Street in Princeton, Midland States Bank, Wright Excavating, KB Elliott Financial Services, Pioneer Genuine Seed Solutions, and Chapel Hill Golf Course and Event Center. We also want to give a big thank you to the Princeton Public Schools Foundation for all that they do. Our next broadcast on Tiger Central Live is January 12th, Monday night, when the girls have an opportunity to take on the Kewanee Boilermakers. And then the boys are back January 13th when they have the opportunity to take on the Rock Falls Rockets. After that is our doubleheader, January 20th, when both squads will take on the Ottawa Pirates.
All right, and we want to thank our crew, our executive producer, director, Steve Morton, Vinny Boyd, who is on the controls tonight, Nolan Brongel, the first lieutenant of the camera crew, Giovanna Wire, Isla Bear, Carly Schultz, and Justice Segerstrom also on cameras tonight. Thanks also to Brody and to Tiffany for their excellent work. Again, as Brody said, we will be back on the air on Monday night when Kewanee girls play Princeton. That's always a dandy. We hope you can join us, and we thank you greatly for coming out the folks that came out to Prouty and those of you that watched us on Tiger Central Live. By the way, nearly 400 views on our game last night between Princeton girls and Hall girls. Thanks for that. Our final scores tonight in the sophomore matchup, Kewanee wins 37-33 over Princeton, and they also win the nightcap 75-60 over Princeton. So that's going to wrap it up. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great evening.